Okay, hello Cloud Gurus and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture we're going to learn how we can set up an alert if the root user logs in, and you will be tested on this in the exam, as well as how to set up various different types of alerts. So like what happens if the root user changes their password, for example. How do you set up proactive alerting for things like that? And it's all done using the very same methodology. Essentially what you need to do is use a combination of CloudTrail and then CloudWatch logs. You need to go in and create some custom metrics, and we'll go through that in this lab. So if you've got the time, please join me in the AWS console. Okay, so I've logged into the AWS console. The very first thing I need to do is go over to CloudTrail. I'm going to need to and set this up. So I need to go over to my trails. I've already got my CloudTrail, which is something I've already set up earlier. And if I scroll down, you can see we've got our data events, we've got our storage locations. Here we have our CloudWatch logs. We haven't actually configured this yet. So let's go in and configure this. So we basically have to send our CloudTrail stuff to CloudWatch logs, and we need to configure either a new or existing log group. And I'm going to use the CloudTrail default log group. I'm going to go ahead and hit continue, and that will set up a new log group inside of CloudTrail. So it says, in order to successfully deliver CloudTrail events to your CloudWatch log groups, CloudTrail will assume the role you are creating or specifying. Assuming the role grants permission to CloudWatch, permissions to two CloudWatch logs API calls. And you can go in and view the IAM policy here. You can actually go in and view the policy document. I'm just going to go ahead and hit allow, and that has now allowed it to basically send my CloudTrail logs over to CloudWatch. So the next thing we need to do is go back over to AWS, and of course we want to fire up CloudWatch, which is under our management tools. And we're going to need to go into our logs, and inside our logs we're going to need to select this one. So this is the one that just got set up then, the CloudTrail default log group. And in here we're going to need to go into our actions. Actually, it's not even actions, it's create a metric filter. So in here we're going to create a metric filter. Okay, so the filter pattern is available in the resources section of the course. Essentially, it's just saying user identity type equals root and user identity invoked by not exists and event type does not equal the AWS service event. And essentially, this is just saying basically look for a CloudTrail metric that has the root identity or root user, and it's basically starting to make API calls. So when it first logs in, it's going to send you an alert. Now in here we've got select log data to test. Just you won't have anything in this drop down box, so just do custom log data. Go ahead and hit assign metric. In here we've got our metric namespace, so you might just want to call this CloudTrail metrics, something like that. And this metric name might be root user activity. Let's do something like that. So go ahead and create our filter. That creates our filter. We now then go ahead and create an alarm. So it's not just enough to have a filter. What we want to do is create an alarm when this filter, basically is triggered. So here the name of the alarm should be root user activity, something like that. And description, the root user has logged in. And so whenever root user is greater than or equal to 0, so whenever this has happened more than 0 times, 1 out of and how many data points that you want. So I'm just going to do 1 out of 1. And then scroll down, and here, whenever this state is an alarm, send a notification to, and then we're just going to do a new list. And in here, enter in your email address. Once you've done that, go ahead and hit create an alarm. You will need to obviously log into your email and then approve the SNS notification. So I'm just going to quickly approve this now. And sorry, you will need to enter in a topic name. So again, root user login, something like that. So once done, you're going to get a subscription confirmed. And now just go ahead and test it. Okay, so full disclosure, guys, I cannot get this to work. I'm pulling my hair out, and I really just want to encode this video and upload it because it is an important exam topic. You will need to understand the steps to make this work. And I've been following this blog, so this was written in 2015. I wonder if it's a little bit out of date. The actual metric filter code that I've used is from this blog. I'm going to link to it in the description, in the resources section, so you can go ahead and try it yourself. If you can get this to work, please let me know what it is I've done wrong. But the important thing is to understand the steps. You're not going to be tested on, using the metric filter code, so you're not going to be tested on your code ability, but understanding that these steps, so you need to turn on CloudTrail and CloudWatch logs, create a metric filter, assign the metric, then create an alarm, and then push this out to an SNS topic, and then go in and subscribe to that SNS topic, and then it should work. Going into the exam, understand the steps involved, and you will ace the questions on this. You won't, like I said, be tested on the code for a metric filter. If you can get this to work and you're figuring out what I'm doing wrong, please let me know and I'll update the video. But right now, I don't want to hold up the entire course for one lecture that I can't seem to get right. So so just understand the steps involved and you'll do fine in the exams. So if you have any questions, please let me know. If not, feel free to move on to the next lecture. Thank you.